Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop for another episode of Shop Talk Friday.
Yep.
We got a Mercury-Disston KB7AY two-man chainsaw that you might have seen in a past video or two, so I know somebody commented on it. And
so we just cleaned the points again and put a temporary condenser in there.
Yep, just kind of floating around in there, but I think the condenser was...
So that way...
Oh.
Hello. Which we still don't have.
Nope.
Still don't have spark.
Well, it's possible...
Can we try a different plug while we're here?
Yeah, sure.
I mean...
In my pile of... All these are certified... certified used.
Sure.
I don't know if they're certified good.
This one will not work. It's got to have the spinny toe.
Oh, the spin.
Certified like new.
Budget, zero. Reuse, everything.
Yep.
So...
Should check if that's a resistor plug or not, but...
A what?
Resistor plug. Some plugs will have a resistor in there. It has to do with electrical interference and stuff. I don't know, I'll just give it a try. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Right.
It's possible that, you know, well, it's possible a lot of things are wrong.
So...
Could be a bad primary or secondary coil in the mag. It could be that the points are still too dirty, or maybe the rotor. The rotor, did you clean up the contact on the rotor?
You bet I did.
Because that was a little cratered.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know too much about these. But
I know a little bit more. I'm no mag.
Coming off again, but I don't know why.
Stare at it for a while.
Well, what's the next step?
Poke around a little bit, I guess.
Should we pull a mag?
We could, but then it might kind of dick around with the timing a little bit. I'm really not too familiar with that. Well, I by no means am an expert, but...
Hello there.
Hello. But I think I figured out what the problem is. I was about to start trying to measure primary and secondary coil resistances and everything, and then I started thinking, well, how am I going to measure the, where am I going to stick the multimeter? And I said, well, the secondary is what burns out most often, and if you look at the cap, the distributor cap, yeah, just hold it right there. There's the two lead spark high tension leads outputs. And this little spring-loaded piece of carbon rides on the rotor, and there's some sort of embedded wire or conductor in there, and it goes to that pin. And I said, okay, well, that's where the juice comes from the high tension coil, and that peg there addresses the middle of this coil, and you can see there's a broken piece of brass sticking out. So I imagine there was just a curved piece of brass like that had a little spring to it, so it always made contact, and it just broke off, and it's probably floating around in there somewhere. I can't see it anywhere, but I got to figure out how to make I might try to solder a little piece of metal on there and regain the contact.
Hello there.
Hey, so this went better than I expected. It's obviously not formed yet, but we just soldered with 3 hands and a dick. We soldered this little tab of brass on there, cleaned everything well, and fluxed it. So now I'll just bend it to a nice curve, and let's give it a try. Okay, so we got the little dingus end of the coil welded or soldered up and reassembled, and got some nice auto light plugs ready to go. So
Can you show them the choke?
oh, isn't that a nice little choke knob? Look how little Art Deco sort of deal right there. Real nice
Almost
looking choke
automatic
knob.
return.
Probably was automatic return at one point.
Now, is it ready to make firewood? Oh,
Yeah.
where's
I
the
doubt
bar?
it.
Okay, ready.
Look at that! Do it again. I want to see if the other ones. Oh, we only got spark on one cylinder.
Well, I only cleaned this one.
Oh, it was a pretty good blue spark too.
Also, I don't know why, but this one's missing the copper gasket.
It probably fell off. On the spark plug?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on there before. It
Where's
fell
the
off.
sandpaper?
Okay, that's cleaned up.
Yep, it's sparking now.
Look at that.
So now can we start it?
It might pop on ether. Obviously the carburetor needs some help. The carburetor is up in there.
Pour a little shit in there, see if it'll suck it up. I gotta get going soon. You see, what people don't understand is I have big stuff to do tomorrow. My Mercury is sitting there and it's gotta be completed.
Yep.
A lot of work.
I don't think anybody knows what's going on with your Mercury ground Marquis.
Alright, well, I don't care what anybody says. You have to pretty much pull the motor to get the oil pan out, which was rotted out. So you have to have the motor like this high off the ground. So you're pretty much pulling it out.
Yep.
And
you have to do all the actions that you would do if you were to pull the motor out, but just not actually fully pull the motor out.
And
all the lines and cables and exhaust.
So I'm having a problem because the car was put together around the motor, so nothing's accessible and everything has to be done in sequence, so it takes a long time because if you don't have one part, you can't do anything else. In addition to that, half the bolts are metric, half the bolts are SAE, and there's about 3 to 5 different versions of every part you have on there.
Well,
so it's really hard to order parts, and yeah, that's pretty much that. It's just a real pain.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I've done a lot of complaining about it recently. It's just, I just want my car back. I bought that car specifically so it would allow me time to work on my other projects because it wasn't supposed to be a project.
But you bought a Ford, so naturally it's a project.
Yeah. And at this point, I could have bought another 88 Grand Marquis for the price.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so nice and it didn't need a thing.
Has that car actually even made a appearance on our videos? I don't think so.
No.
So nobody really knows what we're talking about.
I have
it's an 88 Grand.
Gorgeous.
Tell
them how nice it is.
It is actually pretty nice.
The inside, you know.
Nice cushy velour seats.
Power seat.
Yep.
Power windows, air condition, AM, FM, cassette deck, stereo.
The whole deal.
Yeah. I didn't really tighten them. I didn't kill them.
Well, you're supposed to tighten them until it strips the threads out, and then you got to pull the cylinders and helicoil it.
Right. And then you tighten that a lot also. I like these. These look perfect. Yeah. Did you show, where's your Christmas present?
They got to store them down here.
Yep. Giant vice grips.
We will use them.
Made in China.
China.
They were $14.99. You know,
Tractor
I feel like
Supply.
You could like lock this engine down to something, you know. And they're really good. Can I demonstrate this?
I would be careful with that cap.
Yeah. Look at that, huh?
Very nice.
Right? Hey, huh? And then, you know, they just release.
Nice delatch action.
You know, you just got to be careful with the number 2 look-alike assault vice grips like this. Want to make sure safety's always on.
Right.
You got a permit for this? All right. Okay, so now before I go home, what are we going to do? We're going to pour a little gas in there?
No, I think at this point just squirt some ether down our throat hole, and because that tank is probably all crappy inside. You know, it's aluminum oxidation stuff, and carburetor's all gummy.
You have to take that whole thing off to.
How's it looking there?
It's a little crappy, but it doesn't look, no. It's not a steel tank.
Take it off, you throw some rocks in there and you shake it around. I happen to know where there's a lot of small rocks.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it at Haynes Materials?
Well, it came from Haynes. It's actually just sitting in my driveway.
Don't spray it too much. Oh, that oil in there too. That's good.
I might have actually fouled the plugs with all that oil we put in.
Yeah.
We/I. Let's take the plugs out and give it a look-see. All right, well, night goes by pretty fast, even though we didn't get too much done. You know, we did work hard eating Chinese food.
Yep, we got Spark.
Yes,
now.
we got Spark, and we were gonna try taking the carb off, but it's a little bit late, so Mr. D. Franko's heading out for the night.
I'm gonna go get an early day tomorrow on the Mercury.
On the Mercury Grand Marquis.
Marquis.
That's right.
And it's pretty icy out there.
It is. This looks like rain,
but it's actually nice. Like the gravel is icy, you know.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the global warming. I could really use like about 15 degrees of global warming right now just to kind of melt some of this.
Yeah, this is some pretty slick stuff. Like you said, even the gravel is just slicker than snot.
When's the global warming coming? Can't you do
not come? Well,
just a little bit of global warming?
I just keep driving these smoky diesels. See what'll happen.
Well, the new one's not really smoky. Look at all that
No, it
ice.
isn't. Wow, that's just a solid glaze of ice.
This is one sad Dodge.
Why is it sad? Because she's getting retired?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like a partial retirement at this point.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell your truck. You admitted it to me. You're gonna partially retire it until you're not attached to it anymore, and then he's gonna sell your ass. Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't need 2 downhill Dodges. One of them's enough. I don't know.
Okay, so a lot of hills to go down.
Right.
Right.
They do run the best going downhill.
Can we do a review of 1988 Mercury luxury cars when I get my car back?
Sure. I'll get
do
the
a
camera
full
and we'll
review.
do a review.
We
Yeah.
should actually start doing some car reviews because we own so many different vehicles.
Yeah.
You know,
You especially.
Do a little review, show you the options and the inside, and you know, smoke cigarettes and
We'll have to do that.
yeah, just like what's his name? He does them. Cold War Motors does the car
Okay.
reviews.
Yep.
Running or not.
Yep.
So
Running's
see you
more
later.
exciting, but
What?
running is more exciting.
Yeah, but the Lincoln's not going to be running right now. The Galaxy's
True.
not. Well,
Most of it's not running.
the Galaxy ran
It's like fighting a battle.
with a broken sword.
Yes.
And to that,
Off to the Ford.
yes. I just gotta be careful not to.
Yeah. Don't slip and land on your ass.
How's your home insurance?
Don't test it.
See you later, bro.
See ya, D. Frank.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Will be.
All right, and everybody, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.